Hi everyone, it's Hannah or Lambency and welcome back to another doll customization video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made this DECORA doll from my imagination. It's not from a show, I just made it up. There have been a lot of doll customizers that have done DECORA dolls because it's just really cool looking. I'm also a big fan of Japanese street fashion. I've been to Harajuku, it was awesome. DECORA is one of my favorites along with Lolita. I actually was going to make a Fairy K doll, which is why the colors are like that. Fairy K is fashion that involves a lot of pastels and lots of cutesy stuff. So that's why I chose these colors. Then I was like, I want to make it DECORA. So now it's like a mix of Fairy K and DECORA. So I think she turned out really cute. So I really hope you guys like her too. And let's get started. The doll I'm using is this Blondie doll from Ever After High. I've already pulled out all the hair and wiped off the factory paint using 100% acetone nail polish remover. I'm going to give her half pastel pink hair and half pastel purple. I painted the head so that if there are any gaps between the hair strands, it's not as obvious. I feel like this doll needs a name, so I'm going to call her Emmy. For Emmy's hair, I'm using this acrylic yarn, which I cut into strands. I have this rerouting tool that I got on Etsy from the Doll Planet Hair, and I just put the yarn in the needle and poke it in the hole. I got the purple side done and then moved on to the pink. I continued poking the yarn into the holes until she had a full head of hair. Then I squeezed glue into the neck hole so that the yarn stays in place. I made sure to coat all of the inside of her head. Then I brushed out the yarn. I use a pet slicker brush and I start at the bottom, and once it's free of tangles I move up. Next I use my flat iron to straighten the hair. I tied the hair back and then covered it with fabric to protect it. I'll style it later. Now let's draw the face. I sprayed the face with Mr. Super Clear to prep it for the watercolor pencils. I used the brand Faber-Castell for both the watercolor pencils and soft pastels. I wanted this face to be very pink and vibrant, so I drew the eyes almost entirely using pink. I made the lips pink too. This is just a very pink doll. Between each layer I sprayed Mr. Super Clear. This helps both save your progress as well as make it easier to add on vibrancy and dimension. After I drew on the initial sketch of the face, I sprayed Mr. Super Clear and then made the outline of the eyes and the pupils darker with a dark pink. Later I used gray to make the pupils and eyelashes stand out a bit more. For the blush I used Faber-Castell Soft Pastels. I made the cheeks nice and rosy and then sprayed Mr. Super Clear one last time. Since this is a DECORA doll, we need to decorate Emmy's face. First I put a bit of tacky glue under her eyes and then sprinkled glitter on it. Next I glued on a bunch of chunky glitter shapes on her cheeks. There's cute stars and hearts. Finally, I added gloss varnish to the eyes and lips to make them shiny. I removed the fabric from her hair and put it into pigtails. Let's add accessories! I got these bows from a Daiso store and just hot glued them on. This tub has a bunch of little shapes that are meant for nail art or making slime or something, but I'm just using them for hair accessories. This wasn't my idea. I saw a bunch of other doll artists use these for their DECORA dolls. I also drew some barrettes on paper. Now for the clothing. I wanted to make a very poofy and ruffly skirt. I used this straight skirt pattern from DD Requiem on Etsy for the skirt base. I hemmed the bottom of the skirt with fabric glue and then started attaching the ruffle trims. I got all the ruffle trims from Daiso. I sewed the first one along the bottom and then worked my way up, alternating the colors. I just sewed one ruffle trim above the other. I sewed a basting stitch along the top of the skirt and pulled it to gather it and make ruffles. I cut out a waistband and then glued it down to cover the stitches. I folded the skirt together and sewed halfway up the back, leaving an opening at the top for the Velcro closure. The pattern I used for the shirt is also from DG Requiem and it's just a basic shirt pattern. I sewed the two back pieces to the front piece along here. I hemmed the neckline and sleeves and then sewed the sleeves on. To add some cuteness to the shirt, I glued on these glitter flowers. Then I sewed up the sides of the shirt and down the sleeves. I hemmed one side of the back opening and then added Velcro. Let's decorate the skirt some more because this is DECORA fashion. I glued on these bows I got from Daiso to the skirt and also added ruffle trim to the sleeves. For the jewelry, I grabbed these bead strings and dumped them all into a container. I picked out the beads I thought would work best with the color palette and then put them through a string to create bracelets and necklaces. I thought the clothes could use a little more decoration, so I added these glitter hearts to the waistband. I used these beads to create a crossbody purse for her. I'm just pretending that pink cat bead is the actual purse part. It's obviously not functional. I got these little pom-poms, also from Daiso, and added them onto the ruffles just to add even more decoration. I made some socks and then added glitter decorations to them. I grabbed these shoes from my pile of doll shoes. I have no idea whose shoes these are, and glued on bows and then heart beads over the bows. And that's it! This DECORA Fairy K fashion doll Emmy is complete. I think she turned out really cute. What do you think? If you liked this video, give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!